I'm gonna write a song. It's gonna be called No Intro. It's gonna be called No Intro. It's gonna be a spoken word, a spoken word. I can't say it's a song really. It's gonna be a spoken word intro, but it's no intro. Intro. Yeah. But it's no. Whoa, homie, you're talking too loud. Shush, shush, shush. All right. What? Meow plans in the building. Curlin Family Adventures in the building. Hood morning. What up now? What up now? Hood morning, sir. That is inappropriate for my channel. It is specifically a good morning, sir. Never a hood morning. Whoa, we're off. We're off a little bit. Let's do this. Or do you guys want to see this? There's another picture over there. You guys haven't unlocked that level though. You're locked in right here. You haven't unlocked that level yet. Stay with me. Stay with me. We're gonna get there. Says good morning. It's me, Zandy. Oh, damn. Zandy, what do you know about hood morning? Hood morning. Hooty hoo. Hood morning. Oh, ask William about that. Ask William about that. How are you doing, Zandy? Happy day after your birthday. Happy day after your birthday. Do you feel better than you've ever felt in your entire life? I want to answer that question. And Meowplaz, that goes for you too. Meowplaz, do you feel better today than you've ever felt in your entire life? And if there was a time that you felt better, what was that time? Remember, this is a channel where children watch too, so don't get too carried away. She said it, LOL typos, sorry, just get up. Zandy, that wasn't a typo. You've been listening to William. You've been hanging around William too long. I know William probably says, hood morning. Aryan Sarswati says, yo, dog. Hey, from India. Yo, dog, how you doing? Shout out India. What uppers? Aryan Sarswati, good evening to you. Actually, no, it's still evening there, right? It's about 11:30 over there in India, right? I guess depending on what side of India you're on. It's either very, very late at night or it's very, very early in the morning, I think. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put my little, let's do, we'll leave it open. We're going to put on subscribers, but we'll leave it open. Let's just see what happens. We'll get some trolls in here. We'll take care of them. All right. See, I'm on the YouTube app today. I'm not on my Prism app. So I'm on the YouTube app. So I can zap people if I want to. What, Miss Generous in the building? Yeah, because she's sitting right there, y'all. Says, hi, Sandy. I went to bed and missed your party. I missed your macaroni salad.
Oh my God.
That's exactly how I just saw her out of the corner of my eye. That's exactly what she was doing. Oh. Five finger or sive singer. I don't know. Yo, India, damn, football today. Well, you know, five finger or sive singer, you can't even figure out what your name is. I wouldn't be talking about anybody up in here, but you know, to each their own. Noah says, yo, shout out from South Africa. Shout out South Africa. How we doing out there? What's really going on? Now there, I know it's 11:30 over there. I know it's 11:30 in South Africa. Where we at here? Blue, blue, blue. Ariane says, no, 3 a.m. Really? 3 a.m.? 12 hours? You must be in the far, far, far side of India. Well, good early morning to you then. Thank you for being here in the live stream. I appreciate you. Edited Bro says, it's 5 o'clock in India. Well, somebody just said it's 3 a.m. So, you know, India's a big country. It goes a long way. So I don't know. Mr. Tragic Magic Man. I like that name. Says, hi, what's up, Mr. Tragic Magic Man? Where you from? I like your name, Mr. Tragic Magic Man. It has a flow to it. What? Kuya Tacos in the building. He says, hello, brother Sisco. What's up, bro? How are you doing, Tacos? How's the fam doing? Good to see you, bro. How you doing? Slim Jim says J-O-B. That spells job. I know how to spell. My name is Slim Jim, and I can spell a job, but I can't get a job. It's okay, Slim Jim. You don't have to have a job. You can be like me. You can be retired and be jobless. It's all good. Sis Melinda in the building. Hello, Sis Melinda. How are you? Good morning to you. Wait a minute. Did I get? Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. All right. Creedy bank rolling, sliding through. All right, now, Creedy, you're going to behave yourself today, right, Creedy? You're going to behave yourself today. Love you, Creedy. But you got to behave yourself. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights says, Happy Wednesday. Hello, guys. It is hump day, guys. We finally made it. Here in the United States, we finally made it to hump day. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Miss Generous only has 2 more days. Really, she only has 1.5 more days to work. She works half day on Friday, so she got 1.5 more days to work. I'm so excited. We're gonna have a good weekend. Slim Jim says, Yo, slop and gawk that, yo. Saying your gear behind the drum was wild. You made my shea sour. Well, you had your mouth open so wide that, it could have been me, it could have been anyone. So, it's just the way it is. But it's all good. I'm glad you remember me. You were unconscious for most of the time. I kept everybody off of you, so you should thank me. Taco says, wow, awesome rendition. Bro, it's what I do. It's what I do, brother. It's what I do. Tacos, what's going on with you? How's the family, man? Tati says, good evening, man. Greetings from Germany. Salute Germany. How are we doing out there in Germany, guys? Good old Germany. Yeah, I hear so many good things about Germany. I got to get out there one of these times. Miss Janice, we're going to go to Germany soon. We're going to get out there soon. Rashan says, you're poor star. I don't think I'm poor. I mean, I think I'm doing okay for myself. I'm not rich, but I'm definitely not poor. I wouldn't call myself a star either. I may be a star in some circles, but, not to most people. Most people don't know who the hell I am. But, thank you for trying. Oh, were you trying to say something else? Respell that if you can. Queen Girl says, I don't like Africa. Okay, that's cool. They don't like you either, probably. Creedy says, do you like to play sports? And I dare you to say sports in a British funny accent. Please give me your impression. Creedy, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do a funny British accent. I'm just not able. But I see you try to spell it, spots. It's just British accent. It's not funny. Freaking Creedy. Cannon the man says, what's up, my man? What's up with you, Cannon? I'm just chilling here. I'm talking to my peeps. We got 9 million in the building. We got 10 likes. Thank y'all for the 10 likes. I didn't open with the Sisco International theme song today. I wanted to just be focused on you guys, not have to worry about my chat going all weird and stuff in the other app. I love that other app because I can put that opening video on. I love that. And I like that other app because I can bring, if I want to, I can bring pictures, video into the screen you guys can check out. So I'm not going to stop doing that. But I think what I'm going to do moving forward is at least one day out of the week, maybe 2. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. 1 or 2 days out of the week, I'm going to do this live stream just on the YouTube app. But I love having that video in the beginning. I love having that video in the beginning. Blizzard made that video. Really just put effort into it. We love it, and we think everybody should see it every time we start a live stream. But unfortunately, that app is kind of like subpar. So we're gonna work on it. We're gonna work on it. The amazing Spider Peter, pause, says, what you doing? I'm just sitting here chilling, bro. I'm just sitting here chilling. I've been waiting on you, Spider Peter. Pause. Queen Girl says, and I hate India. And they don't probably like you either. Curlin Family Adventure says, Miss Jen, still have in the fridge some food we gave to the family who came to bring home. Much food left after we ate. Of course, because y'all make food for 50 people, even though there's only 10 people coming to the party. I know how that goes. And everybody's going to take a bunch of food home. But there's always food left over. I would love for you guys, if you guys could send that to us, I would appreciate it. But I don't know if it'll be good by the time it gets here, sis. Wakana Sato in the building says, good morning. Says, Wakana Sato, how are you? She always puts the strawberry in her. Thank you so much. I love strawberries. How did you know that, says Wakana Sato? Love strawberries. I think I'm going to buy some strawberries this weekend, as a matter of fact. Meow Plas says, yo, stop hating on India, right, Meow Plas? Tell them. That's obnoxious, right? Obnoxious behavior. Just come in here, just already starting hate. I don't like Africa. I don't like India. What's wrong with you? Rataba says, hello from Germany. Another person from Germany. Shout out Germany. We're getting big in Germany. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Rataba. Nice. I hope I'm saying that right. Says, what kind of Sato with the hearts? Thank you. Thank you, sis. Another Kamal says, hello. Hello, Clarice. Or I should say, hello, Sisco. It is a pleasure to see you again. Big John says, Sisco. What's going on, Big John? How you doing, brother? It's got the bad gen emojis in full effect. Soon, Big John, soon. Cree says, do you know Dallas who goes to Slocum? And I think Michael, no, I don't know anybody from Slocum. Creedy, you already know this, man. But you know what I did, Creedy? I looked up those names you told me yesterday. I looked them up. Go ahead, ask me. Go ahead, ask me who those people are. Sidon Med says, you look like my dad. I might be. I don't know that. You don't even know that. Nobody knows. That's what makes it exciting. Kamal says, do you believe in Jesus? I know a lot of Jesuses. I believe in all of them. Big John with the custom Sisco and Miami emoji. Appreciate you, brother. All right, and now here we got somebody throwing some scripture in there. We're gonna put them in timeout. Because guys, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna time you out for about 10 seconds. Now, look, if you wanna come in and say, God bless, or if you wanna say, hey, amen to that, or if you wanna say something like, whatever, something basic, I don't mind. But I don't want people coming in here with scriptures quoted and saying my way is the only way, there's no other way, and we're not doing that in this live because I'm not a religious live, I'm not a politics live. I'm a talk to my peeps, keep it positive, and just have a good time live. Nobody wants to hear all that other stuff in this live. So thank you, much appreciated. Big John in the building. Big John, how you doing, bro? How you doing? Taco says, been busy. Family is doing well. Lots of work, maybe jumping ship to another. Really? If you're at liberty to say, my brother, what's bringing about that change? That's a big jump, bro. That's a big jump. Zandy's with the Sisco emoji. Big John, thank you, brother. Let's see where we at. Kevin Abreu says, salute, old man. Thank you, young lady. I appreciate you. Tacos with the hearts, thank you. Rataba says, doing great in Germany. Oh, that's good to hear. How's the weather in Germany right now? So it's getting close to fall, right? We're getting at the end of summer. Not fall maybe, but we're getting to the end of summer in Germany there, I would think. Cree says,
Do you have that heat wave too?
oh yeah. Hey Rataba, did you have a big heat wave over there? Is it getting warm, really warm in Germany? Is that heat getting to you guys also? I know we had it up in the UK. Silent Damsel, Silent Damsel, Sabrina, they were saying it was hot there in UK. So I'm wondering if Germany, I'm thinking you guys probably got the heat there too. So Creedy says, do you know the songs? No, Creedy. So I just, look guys, I got gas. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got gas. I'm gonna have a couple burps here and there. I hope you don't mind. I'm trying to keep it, from being offensive to people. But I ate a couple sandwiches a little while ago. They were delicious, by the way. Turkey sandwiches, they were amazing. But yeah, just be advised. Let's see here. Whoa. Let's see, where we go here. Do. All right, hold on. Okay, here we go. My comments are jumping on this app now. All right, let's see. We got, somebody says, nice cap, sir. Thank you for that, appreciate it. I paid like $10,000 or $12,000 for this hat. Rathabah says, if you come to Germany, hit me up. I have a free flat for you to stay in. Look, man, I saw that movie Hostel. I ain't staying nobody's free flat, bro. I appreciate the love. You're probably a person who's like nice and kind, but I can't risk it. I can't risk it. I don't want to be tied to the chair. Somebody guy come in with a plastic apron on and a weird mask with a big old chainsaw. No, man, I can't get down like that. But thank you for the love. Slim Jim says, "Do you like fried chicken?" Well, let me ask you this, Slim Jim. Do you like fried chicken? Saga says, "You
I
look
love fried
like a
chicken.
GTA character." Well, okay.
Franklin.
Thank you. My name's Franklin. So that's crazy, huh? Critty says, "Did you look up those people that I need you to look up? And what did you see? Tell me everything you could tell. Tell me what did it." Critty, I already told you I looked them up. I looked them up. I did look them up. That was the people from Dude Perfect. Dude Perfect. I had heard of Dude Perfect, Creedy, but I don't know anything about them. So I looked them up, and apparently they do like sports type stuff, trick shot type
Yeah.
stuff. So pretty cool, Creedy. Good looking out. Jahir SK says, "Hi, sir." Jahir SK. "Hello, sir." Sis McGrawn in the building. She says, "I asked Jason, he had a bad day. He smells good." Whoa, who's Jason? He had a bad day. He smells good. Wait, who are we talking about, sis? I don't know who we're talking about right there. BC Momsy, good morning, sis. Good morning. Hello. She says, "Hi, host. Make a love shout out. Make a love shout out to you, BC Momsy. How are you? Good evening to you." Violent Phantom says, "How's it being a trans? Are you thinking about it?" I personally wouldn't know, but I know people who are, and I could hook them up with you if you want to, because if you're interested, they would love to talk to you about it. I'm glad that you're coming out here and asking these questions because most people wouldn't even ask. Most people would just keep it inside. It would fester and build, and then they'd go out and like pull wings off of bees and things. But not you. You're a real one. You want to know more about it because you're thinking about it, and I'm very proud of you because you know what? Everybody deserves to be who they are, as long as they're not hurting nobody else, as long as they're not doing things that are you know just mean to people. They deserve to be who they are. So I'm glad. I'm proud of you. Hopefully it works out for you there, Violent Phantom. Taco says, "Ha ha ha. I remember someone said, 'Nah, bro, YouTube.'" Who was that guy? Who was that guy? He says, "Nah, LOL, awesome stream." Bro, thank you, man. The only thing that makes this stream awesome is the good people that come in here, man. Even the trolls, they make it kind of interesting sometimes. We got some very pathetic ones sometimes that come in here and they just say the same old stuff over and over again. Nothing even interesting or original. But I do what I can, bro. But yeah, I was definitely not thinking about doing live streams. I was definitely not thinking about being monetized and that stuff. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. Had a lot of help. We had a lot of support. We had a lot of people that were encouraging us to, do more with this channel. And I took it to my mind. And I said, you know what? If people, believe in us that we could do this, we should try. We should at least try. That's the least we could do. So here we are, bro. And thank you, brother, for being here. Sis BC Momsy says, "Hello, host. Thumb sock." Thank you for the thumb sock, sis. We have 18 likes, guys. 14 million in the building. Much appreciated. And real quick, I'm going to stop for a second and say thank you to the 14 million that are in here. Welcome to Cisco International live stream. We're just hanging out. We just chop it up Monday through Thursday between the hours of 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is California time, and 4:30 p.m. California time. And all I do is just sit here and just try to, be positive with the people that are willing to be positive. With the people that come in and be negative, I try to turn it back around on them because, they're just really sad people that are very angry in their lives. And, if I can at least maybe put a smile on their face, or if I can kind of just let them see how it feels to, try to come in and talk crazy to somebody that's really actually crazy, that's what I'm going to do, So I appreciate you guys for being here. We are just trying to spread positivity. We're trying to spread love, throughout YouTube and just create more positive content for YouTube. There's a lot of negativity out there, and that's where a lot of these trolls come from. They come from these, deep dark holes in YouTube where, they're getting their butts kicked in the deep dark holes of YouTube. Pause, and then they come up here to the light, and they think they're gonna do that stuff here, and it just doesn't work out for them. We just push them back down. So, it's all good. If you enjoy that kind of stuff, what you're really gonna enjoy is if you check out our channel. We've got a bunch of videos on our channel. We do hiking, we do traveling, we do food. Man, it's a fun channel, and if that's your vibe, please subscribe. We don't ask for anything but for you to just be positive and just come here and enjoy. Just enjoy the conversation with me, enjoy the conversation with other people in chat, and just be a good person. It's that simple. It really is that simple. Drag Goldfield says people in India literally okay, and you know this, and you know this how. Let's put you in a timeout. Let's put you in a timeout. How about we put you in a timeout for 24 hours? You can come back and talk some more crap. Uh, BC Momsy, thank you. Creedy says, can you say Panky in a funny cowboy accent? Please give me your impression, please. Creedy. 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 What do I get out of this? What do I get out of this, Creedy? What do I get out of if I say Panky in a funny cowboy accent? What do I get out of that? What do I get out of that, Creedy? That's what I want to know. BC Momsy, thank you. Says you. Good morning, Sir Sisco Yahoo. Good morning, sis. How are you? Wait, where are we at here? Good morning, says you. Says like and share, Sir Sisco. Says you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for the share. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Uh-oh. Somebody's dropping some pesos in the chat here. Oh, it's my brother. It's my brother, Young Fresh Global Travel. Just comes out the bushes with the pesos dropping on my head. What the heck? Let's go ahead and like that. Wait a minute. Whoa, how about we do that? There we go. Says, good morning from Kate and Jerry here in Manila. I live in New York, though. Young Fresh Global Travel. Salute to you, brother. How you doing, man? Good morning to you. You're in Philippines right now, or are you still here in the States? You're in Philippines. Yeah, you're in Philippines. In Manila. Okay, yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to you. Welcome to the live stream, bro. I'm just in here, chopping it up right now with my peeps and a couple trolls that are getting smacked around, but they're not complaining. They probably like it. Where we at here? Oh wait, we went back too far, guys. Young Fresh Global Travel. Thank you, bro. Oh wait, I'm way further up. I thought I was further behind, guys. I'm not doing that bad. Thank you for that. Whoa, Big John just deleting messages left and right. Somebody must be really saying some crazy stuff. Here goes another one. Violent Fan says, Germany is a third world country. Well, check this out. You can go away. Creedy says, do you know who BG is? Which BG you talking about? I know a lot of BGs. I Love Lechon says, good afternoon, everyone from the hamster wheel. I thought I was going to have to fix a clogged toilet, but wait, bro, why would you have to fix a clogged toilet? Wait, did you clog the toilet? I Love Lechon. It's in your name. You love lechon, because I know what lechon does to me. I love lechon, bro. I love lechon too. But I know when I eat a lot of lechon, toilet's getting clogged, bro. Did you do that? I Love Lechon. What's up with you, bro? Man, look it. That's not your job, bro. I hope you didn't have to do that. BC Momsy, thank you. Emmer says, I'm Turkish. Salute to you. Salute to you, Emmers. Welcome to the chat. Shout out Turkey. Rattabah says, it was really hot here. Yes, no rain. Looks like fall, but we deal with it. Really, no rain. So I'm assuming that is not normal for Germany. Interesting. Yeah, man. Weird weather all over the planet. Weird weather all over the planet. It's almost like something's going on that people warned us about, but nobody wanted to listen. Stinkbug Deity says, Mr. Sisco, salute. Salute to you, Stinkbug Deity. Creedy says, let me know what you think. Creedy, don't start with that again now, Mr. Panky. Ma'am Leonilla, good morning. How are you? Or is that Gracie again? Because yesterday, I thought it was Ma'am Leonilla, but later in Gracie's live, she says, no, that was me. Ma'am Leonilla was busy. Good morning, Ma'am Leonilla, or says Gracie. I Love Lechon says, $12,000 for the hat. You balling big time, Sisco. Yeah, man. Yeah, 12 grand, bro. 12 grand. This has like $19.99, if that. I don't even know if it's that, bro. I just got to say stuff, some of the, the people coming here, you get some people that want to talk crap, and you got to throw some shocking things out there at them for them to go, huh? You know how it goes, I Love Lechon. Crane X Dragon says, sound skinky. Couldn't tell you what that means. If anybody knows what that means, please let me know. Ma'am Leonilla, thank you. We got one here. Let's see. Heimdog says, who doesn't like fried chicken, right, Heimdog? I mean, it's funny. Like some of these people come in, they think they're gonna say something that's racist or that's gonna be like, oh my god, and they don't even know. Like I've literally heard it all. I've literally heard it all. As a black man growing up in America, I've literally heard all of the most racist things I could possibly hear in a lifetime. There really isn't anything I haven't heard before. And you're gonna come in here with, do you like fried chicken? I mean, God, how sad can you sound? But it's all good because we all know everybody likes fried chicken. Everybody, maybe not vegetarians, but everybody else. Chris says, do you know who Slim Jimmy is, and do you like Slim Boys? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Haven't heard of him. Heimdog says, damn, yeah, right. I love Jones says, Franklin reminds me of the cartoon character from I didn't know who the hell they were talking about, bro. People kept coming and going, are you Franklin? Where's Franklin? And then so I had to ask Jen because she's like from Gen Z. And I go, hey, who the hell is this Frank?
Z?
Okay, Gen Alpha? Gen Alpha? No. You're
Gen X.
you are not Gen X.
I am Gen
You are not Gen X.
I am Gen X.
Wait, when does Gen X end? Oh, you know what? Gen X ends in 1980. So Miss Generous is right on the border of Gen X, guys. Right on the border. In any case, she's much younger than me. So she knew that Franklin was from GTA 6 or GTA, I don't know. And she showed me the picture of who Franklin was, and I don't look anything like that dude. I don't look anything like that dude. So I don't know what people are talking about. But yeah, Franklin from Peanuts. I used to work at my last job. I worked with a lady. She loved Franklin from Peanuts. She loved the whole Peanuts characters, but specifically Franklin. And she loved collecting things that had Franklin on it. So yeah, it was funny. Jim Smith says, "Yo, who TF is this Goofy?" I don't know who you are, Jim Smith. I don't know. Are you asking us? Because we don't. Nobody here knows who you are. Jim Smith is a very generalized name. You may be Goofy. We don't know, but it's Goofy to come and ask who you are, and we don't know who the hell you are. Young Fresh Global Travel says, what's poppin', Cisco, out here in Manila, about to log off work and grab me some pan de sal from Pan de Manila. People don't talk much about pan de sal in the morning. That's my thing. LOL, bro. I was literally in just another live stream before I got on here. Sis Ogong, shout out Sis Ogong, by the way. She's doing a contest where she has a short film that she's done. Shout out to her. Good luck to her. But she was sitting in her Sorry Sorry store, and she was eating, I think it was Panasol. I never actually did ask her if it was Panasol. It looked just like Panasol to me. But I told her I missed that hot Malunggay Panasol, pause, in the morning. It's amazing. It's so good. Just fresh, right out. The guy that comes out on the street with the little oven, bro, I know you know what I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. Love the Panasol in the morning. Ma'am Leonilla, thank you. Magron says, Momoa is still my crush. Magron, Magron. Sis, I hate to say this, but there's a lot of women, and there's a lot of men, frankly, who, they see the red flags. They see the red flags, and it doesn't stop them. They're like a bull. They rush towards the red flag. Sis Magron, don't rush towards that red flag. You will run into a storm of cosmic proportions that will melt not only the hairs of your nostrils, but it'll go seeping into your brain and just engulf it in gas. It'll be that bad, sis. Don't do it. Don't do it. Miss Generous won't even go there. And that was her guy too. She knows better now. I Love Jones says, Heimdog, a very strange person. Enough says you. Hello, says you. I know you got good sleep last night, says you, because I saw you. I saw you sleeping. You look very relaxed and comfortable, says you. real T1KY says, keep up the work. Thank you for that. I'm gonna try. My brother Taco says, I need to make you a Cisco International theme song, bro. You don't know we already have a Cisco International theme song. I normally play it at the beginning of the live stream. I normally play it, but today I decided not to because I just wanted to keep it simple, right? So if you check out the channel, bro, if you go to our videos, maybe 2 or 3 videos from the very latest one, Right there, I have a video. Cisco International official theme song. Our brother Blizzard Abroad put together for us. You gotta listen to it. You gotta listen to it. Tacos, listen to that, please. Message me and tell me what you think about it, man. I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. You listen to it and you tell me what you think. FRDRC's thing 7 says, just asking, is you a Taurus sign? No, I am not a Taurus sign. You could guess. Guess what I am. If anybody wants to guess, please guess. Stinkbug says, most of them are just bored kids, brother. Some of us do this full time, and you and your lady are always kind people. Yeah, no, we all know this, Stinkbug. You know, it's a lot of little kids and sad little people that, you know, are not happy in their life. And, you know, I don't want to talk bad about people. You know, I've been unhappy in my life many times. I was a young man once. I did stupid stuff. So I understand. You know, I get it. You know, people get a thrill off talking crap to people. And, you know, it's kind of fun for a while when you're a child or, you know, when you're somebody who's, you know, just going through some crap. But when you get yourself together, when you grow up, you realize, you know, that wasn't cool. You know, so hopefully, you know, some of these people will grow up and they'll get their act together and they'll be happy in their life. And, you know, that's what I'm hoping for them. But until then, when they come in here and they talk crazy, we're just gonna pop, pop, pop. JWR Spinosaurus says, what's your favorite dinosaur? My favorite dinosaur would be, I would say a Stegosaurus would be my favorite dinosaur. That's my favorite dinosaur. Young Fresh Global Travel, thank you, bro, again for the 200 pesos, man. Really appreciate that. And real quick, guys, we got 24 likes. We got 14 million in the house. I'm gonna take this time to say, my brother, Young Fresh Global Travel, he dropped 200 pesos in the chat. So that money is gonna go with all of the rest of the revenue that our channel generates. We're not making millions, trust me. But, you know, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. That will go in with all the rest of the revenue that our channel generates through super chats, through memberships, through revenue from the ads that people watch. All of that money that we get from this channel, that is going to go to kids in the Philippines in December. We're taking a trip in December. If you haven't heard this, if you're new to the channel, I say it all the time. I say it in every live stream. We're going to the Philippines in December. We're going to be there for about a month. We're going to meet up with our friends, Kuya Pogi and Atilea, and we are going to sponsor a school, at least one school. It may be two schools, we're not sure, but at least one school. We're going to make sure that the kids in that school are fed. We're going to make sure that the school has, you know, whatever the school needs. Whatever our budget will allow, it's all going to the kids and it's all going to the school. So Young Fresh Global Travel, thank you, brother, for being a part of that. Your contribution, bro, is going to change kids' lives. It's going to change the lives of kids that are not only going to the school now, but kids that will go to school in the future. Because we're going to do lasting things for the school. So, bro, thank you. Salute to you. Stinkbug says, tell him you have a friend who's an actual cowboy. I got a lot of friends who are actual cowboys, bro. I live in the Central Valley. Mamlil, thank you. Spinosaurus says, I already told you. Creedy said, do you know Buck? No, don't know who that person is. I don't know. Lil Tekka, don't know who that is. Reagan on pause says, hi, Reagan, what's going on? Shadowplex says, shadow popping. I don't know what that is either. Creedy says, do you know Meek Mill? I do know Meek Mill. Do know him. Let's see here. Mamlil Nilla with the clock, thank you. Sylvia says, hi, thank you, Sylvia. My brother I Love Lechon says, because someone clogged the toilet in the front of the plane, probably after eating in an airport terminal. Bro, they did not have you go in there and do that. Tell me you did. You said you almost had to do it, right? So that means you didn't do it. I'm so grateful, bro. Yeah, hell to that. Oh no, clogged the toilet in front of the plane, probably after eating at the airport terminal. Good Lord, man. Can you imagine being on a plane, sitting next to the toilet, and somebody just blows it up? And what's crazy is when we go to the Philippines, we fly Starlux. We love Starlux. We don't get paid to love Starlux. We actually do love Starlux. Shout out Starlux. I wish they would sponsor us because I would say nothing but good things about Starlux. It's an amazing airline. If y'all ever go to the Philippines or anywhere else that they fly, please try them out. They're awesome. But anyway, we like to sit towards the part of the plane, whether it's the middle or the back of the plane that's against the wall. Right, the wall of the restroom, because nobody's behind you. Nobody's kicking. Nobody's kicking our seat. There's no kids behind us trying to grab us or nothing like that. It's just us, and we can lean back as far as we want. You know, all that stuff. But the toilet is right there. We've never had it be where the toilet was blown up or stinky, but It could happen. I would hate for that to happen. Driver C says, why would anyone visit Thailand? I don't know, Driver C. Why would anybody come into a live stream and complain about anybody visiting Thailand? Taco says, have to run. Have a wonderful time. Tacos, thank you, brother. Salute to you. Bro, do me a favor, though. Watch that video. Please watch that video. You'll love it, man. Stingbug says, I think Miss Gracie blocked me. My name makes everyone think I'm a troll till they realize I have 1.3 million views. I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Ma'am Leonel, thank you for the popcorn. Says everybody likes fried chicken. We all know this, but some trolls just don't get it. I love the channel says 1980 to 2000, I think. Whoa, bro. Are you talking about Gen X? Not even close, brother. Not even close. Gen X is from like 1965 to about 1980. And I know this because I'm 1972. I'm dead center Gen X. If you want to see Gen X, that's this right here. This is Gen X. You don't like Gen X? You don't like this. Oh, man. Ma'am Leonilla. I'm sorry, guys. I'm on one today. Creedy says, I can't read what Greedy says. Creedy said something. Lady Lotsky, hello, Lady Lotsky, says, hello, host. Lady Lotsky, how are you? Good morning to you. My sis, Alicia Sable, says, Sisco in chat, hello. Sis Alicia, I have to thank you personally. Everyone, this is for Sis Alicia right here. Thank you so much. Yesterday, she made dinner for herself and her family. Chicken Parmesan, angel hair pasta, garlic bread. When I heard that, I knew I had to have chicken parm that night. And so what we did is me and Miss Jones, we went to an Italian restaurant. As soon as she got off work, I had that chicken parm. It was amazing. The chicken was so tender, sis. It was great. Had the pasta with it. We had some mussels. If you're interested in checking out what we had, go to our channel under the posts. You'll see. Wait, hold on. Let me drink. Let me say that again. Posts. I got these appliances in trying to correct my teeth. So, got them out their way. So, sis, it was amazing. Thank you so much for that. We had a great dinner. But yeah, check out the post. We got pictures of our food in there. It was great. Stingbug says, I learned to run away from the red flag. You have to. Chris says, do you know No, don't know him. Sis Andy with the bad gen emojis. Wait. Says Andy, you never answer my question. Do you feel amazing today? It's the day after your birthday. I hope you feel amazing today. Creed says, do you know him? I don't. I love Jones says, I think Pigpen is my favorite Peanuts character. Pigpen is my favorite character too, I think. He just don't give a damn. Yes, he's stinky. He's like Jason Momoa. But
lovable.
Huh?
He's lovable.
But he's lovable. Not that Jason Momoa is not lovable too. Obviously, a lot of women love him.
He's stinky but lovable.
But no, he's not stinky but lovable. He's just stinky. But Pigpen, he's just a cool dude, man. He goes about his business. He does his thing. Everybody's like, what the hell, Pigpen? Pigpen don't care. Pigpen just does what Pigpen does. I like Pigpen. I want to be more like Pigpen. Not stinky, but I just want to be able to do what I want and not give a damn what anybody says. I'm kind of there, but not all the way. Alicia says, love that you went and had Italian. It looked delicious. Tonight I'm making, don't you start. Says, Alicia, don't you start again. She says, listen to this. She's making tacos, Spanish rice, and street corn.
Where did they have street corn that was really good?
You just had to do that, didn't you? Just had to do that. Bragging, talking about your food, all your food. You're always making this good food. I hope you enjoy. We love street corn. I've made it before. It came out really good. Tambo USA says, hello, host Tambo USA. How are you? Good afternoon. Good evening, I believe. Creedy says, do you know who Mystical is? Of course, Creedy, I know who Mystical is. Everybody knows who Mystical is. Mom, she Kate in the building says, Mabu hi. I think she said Mabu hi because the translation says to live. Says Kate, how are you? Good morning to you. Tambo says, thumbs up. Thank you, sis. Thank you for the thumbs up. We got 30 big likes, guys. Thank you so much. We got 16 million in the building. Much appreciated. Ma'am Leonilla, thank you for the fishies. Let's see. Creedy says, do you know GJ? Don't know him. Pacific Oficial says, please shout out. Who am I shouting out? Tell me who to shout out. Says, Mai's in the building. My young morning. Sisco coffee. Good morning, sis. Good morning. How are you? It's just another beautiful day, sis. Thursday for you, Wednesday for us. We're just, hanging out, chilling with our peeps. How are you doing, sis Mai? You got your coffee already? I've been good. I haven't been drinking coffee. I was drinking coffee every day for a long time. I've been cutting way back, so I'm proud of myself. But you're young. You can still be drinking coffee. Creedy says, the Weeknd's real name is Theodore Weekendson. Is it really, Creedy? Is that true, Miss Generous? That the Weeknd's his real name is Theodore Weekendson. If that's true, Creedy, that's amazing. I did not know that. I Love Chon says, great time to go to the Philippines. A December visit is on my bucket list. Bro, you can go. Just go, bro. Just go. You tell your job, look, man, you guys need me. I don't need you. You need me. If you want me here in December, you can forget about it. I'm going to the Philippines for a month. And when I get back, I want a raise and I want a promotion.
And no.
See ya. That's all you do, I Love the Chon. That's all you got to do, bro. Don't do that, I Love Chon. Please don't do that. I Love the Chon says, Mice vlogs, me too.
The Weeknd's name is Abel.
His what?
Is Abel.
Creedy, you lied to me. You lied to me, Creedy. Creedy, you don't lie to me, man. You don't lie to me. You lied to me. His name is not Weekendson. It is what?
Abel.
It is Abel.
Tis-
My wife, she can't understand how to read. What are you saying, man? His name is Abel Makonnen Tesfaye. You lied to me, Creedy. I don't like you no more, my friend. All right, let's see here. Russian says, you're Ava Adams' brother. I don't know who that is, but my sister's not named Ava. Stingway says, I may just say fried chicken. Yeah, we know, bro. It's all good. Ma'am Leonilla with the heart. See, guys, Ma'am Leonilla just comes in here. She doesn't talk a bunch of crap. She doesn't get all crazy in here. She just spreads love, guys. She just spreads love. She's positive, spreads love. It's that simple. It's that simple. Despacito LT says, Muslim? No, I am not Muslim. Michael Goodlaw in the building. What's going on, Michael? How you doing, bro? He says, yes. He probably said something else, but to translate, I don't know what happened, Michael. But how you doing, Michael? Alicia says, I got to go run and finish dinner, but leave my good vibes here. Thank you, sis. She left all the custom emojis there for everyone to see. Thank you, sis. Appreciate you so much. Good luck with dinner tonight. I know it's going to be amazing. We're going to hold off on Tuesday for our tacos. But that street corn, oh, my goodness. Please post that, sis. Please post. Please post that if you don't mind. But have a good night, sis. Thank you for dropping in with us. Mom Kate, thank you with the custom emojis. Michael says, what about Southwest? The airlines? I've flown Southwest. I haven't really had a lot of problems. You know what, to be honest with you guys, I haven't had a lot of problems with a lot of airlines at all. I've been very lucky. I have flown probably 120,000 miles in the air and multiple different airlines, domestic, international. I literally have only had total, and I know this because I have an app that shows me, I've only been delayed total in 120 plus thousand hours of flying. I'm sorry, 120,000 plus miles of flying. I've only been delayed for 2 hours total. I've really never had a lot of problems with flying. So when people are telling me, oh my God, my flight's delayed by 4 hours, I'm like, what? I've never had any problems. So Southwest, I haven't had problems with them. But we usually will fly Delta domestically, and we'll fly Starlux. We used to fly Cathay Pacific, but we've been flying Starlux internationally. Says Zandy, thank you so much for the custom emojis. I Love the Chon says, I just pushed the flush button, flushed easy money. Bro, it was that simple. So they got you, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, they got you. They could have went in and flushed that toilet, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to go in there. They said, you know what, let's go get I Love the Chon. He ain't doing nothing. He's on his phone anyway. He's looking at some weird dude on his screen. Hey, man, can you come take it? And you went in and just flushed the toilet. It was that simple, bro. I got you. Hold on, guys. Sis Eileen, good morning. Good morning, Sis Eileen. How are you? She says, morning, Sir Sisco and everybody. Sis Eileen, how are you today? Michael says, I am off today. Michael, how'd your, was it last week you had like 5 days off in a row? You always getting days off, Michael. Must be nice. Sis Maya says, I love lechon. Cheers. I miss coffee, guys. I really do. I ain't gonna lie. Sis Eileen, thank you for the like done. Thank you. We're up to 32 big likes. Thank you guys. 13 million in the building. My brother Thunder in the building. Thunder, I was just thinking about you today, man. I was like, I haven't seen Thunder in a while. And I did see late. It was late though. I saw your a notification for a live stream. I was like, oh, I'm going to bed. It's too late for me. I'm gonna come check out your live, bro. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I miss you. Welcome to the live stream, man. How you doing, Thunder? I love that Chon says, I sat in the last row of business class on Lufthansa flight from Porto to Frankfurt, and these Portuguese kids behind me were bumping into my seat the whole time. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I can't, bro. On a flight that's 15 hours, there's no way. On a flight that's 5 hours, no way. If I was going to Vegas or something like that, less than an hour, no way. I don't like it. I prefer to sit with my back against the wall. I don't want people behind me because it's just too much shenanigans that can go on. I don't want, people reaching in, like you have your window closed, you have it open, and they want it to be the opposite. So they're reaching, trying to, no, man, I couldn't do it. And that's in business class? Did you get comp those though? I love it, Chon. Not that it matters, it shouldn't matter. But did you get comp those? Because if I would have paid for business class, those people wouldn't be sitting behind me. He says, Mice Vlogs, salute. Creedy says, do you know the song My Hitter by YG? Goes, yeah, I know that song. I definitely know that song. I love Chon says, chicken parmesan sounds great. Bro, it was great. The chicken was like this thick. It was just super juicy, super tender. I don't know how they make it, but it is so good. So good. Exactly what I wanted when Alicia was talking about her Parmesan chicken. Exactly how I pictured it to taste and everything. That's how it was there. And the pasta was amazing. The mussels were well done. It was a good dinner. We had a good dinner. Yeah, check that post out, guys. The food was great. Momshi Kate, thank you for the heart. Gilbert Jarvis says, hail, hit. hail to you too. Hit, I don't know what that means. Says Eileen, thank you for the heart so much. Thank you. Gilbert saying something. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Gilbert. My sis Angel says, hi, Sisco. Here in the BG, my friend. Sis Angel, thank you so much. How are you doing? And thank you for the kind words. I want to thank you again. Thank you for the kind words on that work I sent you. I hadn't seen that stuff for a long time. I think I had sent you one of those because I had it in memory. And I think I sent it to you before, but the rest of them, I didn't have them committed to memory. So when I came across them, I was like, I got to send these to her. So thank you for the kind words, sis. Really appreciate it. How you doing today? BMW Arua says, hi, can you put as a mod, please? BMW Arua, I don't know you. The people that we give mods to are people that we can trust, that are going to be positive in the live stream here. People that we either know personally or people that we've known for quite a while, or people who, when we talk to them, we just get a really, really good vibe from them, and their vibe is overwhelming, and we can't help but give them moderator. And you don't fall into any of those categories yet. So if you stick around, interact with the chat, interact with me, we'll get that vibe feel for you. And sooner or later, you could become somebody who's a moderator on Cisco International. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants that. Right? Everybody does. I get people offering me money all the time. Hey, Cisco, I'll give you $100,000 if you just make me moderator. I'm like, no, man, that's not how the rules work. You can't buy your way into Cisco International. I'll give you $1 million. No, man. No, not going to do it. I'll give you $100 million. No, man. I've turned down $1 billion, guys. True story. I've turned down it's not a true story, guys. Come on. Seriously, you listening to me? Mom K, thank you for the heart. Stingbug says, y'all have a good one, man. Stingbug, take it easy, buddy. Don't mind the trolls and the haters, Stinkbug. Creedy says, do you know my Creedy? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Sis Mine says, Cisco, you're 30 minutes behind that chat. Okay, Sis Eileen, thank you for the hearts. Eileen, yes, it was late. Grace, I'm not going to read that fast, guys. I'm way behind. But if you ever want to see somebody really get behind in the chat, Sis Mize, your brother, Juan John Carlos, that is the guy that gets behind in the chat. I don't feel bad about how far behind I am. Juan John Carlos is the man who gets way behind in the chat. That's how far he gets behind, not me. But I'm going to speed up. So Sis Eileen says, yes, it was late. Wait, what was late? What was late, sis? Miyagi says, hi, everyone. Hello, Miyagi. How are you? Nick Cornetta says, hello. Nick Cornetta, 31st like. Thank you for the 31st like, Nick Cornetta. Appreciate you. Sis Eileen says, I was waiting to call my name. I'm so sorry, sis. So that's what you're talking about. I see you, sis. I'm behind. I'm going to catch up. Ion Meta says, why are you wasting your time in these things? Join the Illuminati Club with the Lord. Yeah, we're not going to do all that. But I'm going to tell you what we can do. We're going to put you in timeout for 30 minutes. How about that? I Love Lechon says, neither me nor my wife get December off. Seniority gets it. Damn, bro. That would be great, man. If we could meet out there with a bunch of us, a little meet and greet, that would be awesome. That's been a dream of mine.
Showdown.
Cisco Showdown. I don't know what.
Be our meetup.
Oh yeah, the Cisco Showdown. It could be a name. I've been wanting to go to the Philippines in December for a long time. Me and Miss Janice, we both. So we're really, really, really excited, bro. Nick Cornetta says, I understand perfectly. Thank you, Nick Cornetta. Creed says, wasn't those people I told you to look at, weren't they black? And they said, no, they weren't black. They were white guys. They were white guys. The dude perfect dudes. My brother Big John with the bat gen emojis. Nick Cornetta says, good luck to you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Good luck to you. Salute to you, Nick Cornetta. Thank you. Sis Eileen, thank you for the hearts. Mom She Kate, thank you for the heart. Big John Taylor with more custom emojis. Nick Cornetta says, from Brazil. Thank you. Shout out Brazil. Salute to Brazil. Thank you, Nick Cornetta. Silent Damsel in the building says, please like, sub, and share. Silent Damsel, how are you? I was talking about you briefly, sis. I hope your ears aren't burning. I was talking about you briefly. We're telling a guy from Germany, we're asking him if it was hot there in Germany. And he said, yeah, it was. Because we knew in UK it has been hot. So it's a Europe thing, I guess. Silent Damsel, how you doing? You already got dinner done, eating? You already on the game? I wish I could be on a game right now. I need to get back on the, just every once in a while. I just want to get on and just play a little bit. But I know the problem with me is when I start playing a game, I like role-playing games. When I start playing, like I get intensely into them. I don't have the time. I have too much other crap I'm trying to do right now. Big John with the custom emojis. Thank you, sir. Big John, I don't think you ever told me how you're doing today. How are you doing today, Big John? I Love the Chon says, Nick Cornetta, very good, Brazil. Yeah, Portugal, Brazil, very connected. Very, 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 very connected. Thumble USA, thank you for the wave. Thank you. Sis Eileen says, yes, he sees me now. Sis, I always see you. I always see you, sis. Even when you're sleeping, I see you, sis. I'm always watching. I'm like Santa Claus.
Hey, Santa.
She says, okay, Santa. I Love Lechon says, that's strange. I typed something in Portuguese and YouTube translated. Yeah, it's so irritating, bro. And I think, let me see, hold on. You know what? Let me turn it off. I forgot to turn it off, I Love Lechon. That's my bad. I usually turn off that auto translate because it irritates me so bad. When I go into other people's chats and it automatically translates. If I'm speaking another, I could be speaking Spanish, I could be speaking Tagalog, maybe some Bisaya, and then all of a sudden, the few words that I know in Tagalog or Bisaya, it translates it to English, and I get pissed off. So yeah, I just turn that off. Nick Cornetta says, thanks, I Love Lechon. Says, Maya says, Eileen. Mom, she Kate with the heart. Thank you, sis. Big John, how you doing, brother? Thunderstorm says, I'm doing good. I decided to do some video game streams at night. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, because I saw it was late. It was late at night. My brother William says, hello, Cisco. How are you? I'm good, bro. I just got done watching the interview with that you did with John Lewis. Really good, man. Seems like a very positive guy. Yeah, man, that was a good interview. You know, some of the things he said, you know, I could relate to. Definitely could relate to as a father, as a son. Yeah, so that was a great interview, man. How you doing, William? Nick Cornetta with the custom emojis. Gencredible emoji. Annabelle Rubalcaba says, Jesus loves you, and I love Jesus. Creedy says, do you know? No, Creedy. There you go, Creedy. You're acting up. You're acting up, Creedy. I Love Jones says, I was flying employee standby, so they weren't going to call me. That's probably why they put me in that seat. So they knew. They knew what they were doing. Creedy says, have you ever been to Australia? Not yet. Not yet, but soon. Boss Butcher, Sir Matancero, thank you for the hearts. Mount Boontag, Boss Butcher, how are you? Mom Sheet Kate, thank you for the hearts. Creedy says, have you ever been to Greece? Not yet. Never been to Europe, never been to Africa, never been to Australia, never been to South America. Not yet. Haven't been to those places yet. Sir Matancero says, good morning, Boss Cisco. Good morning, sir. How are you? How are you? I know you're already up and working already. Creedy says, have you ever been to Paris? Not yet. Not yet. Miss Jern says, PTC. Sis Eileen, thank you for the hearts. Sis Angel says, yes, those were amazing. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Miss Jern says, hi, chat. Creedy Bankroll said, do you know the song about people in Paris? I do know that song. I do know that song. Sis Angel says, I'm good. I'm glad to hear that, sis. Good evening to you. I Love the Jones says, that's because being a moderator for Cisco is pricey. Damn, am I that far behind, guys? Yep. Holy moly. Thank you so much for that, I Love the Jones. Whoa, Thunder, I did not see your two-dog, man. Thank you, Thunder. Thunder, thank you so much for that. $2 super chat. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. That is all going to children in the Philippines. That is going to help children, school children in the Philippines. Thunder, thank you so much. There's a kid in the Philippines who right now doesn't even know. They don't even know that we're going to go there in December and we're going to surprise them with food, a great lunch, and then we're going to surprise their school with a bunch of items that their school needs. And you are going to be a part of that, Thunder. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Thunder. We appreciate that. They don't even know. They don't even know. They're going to find out in December, though. Ma'am Nilla, thank you. Nessa says, what's your opinion on AI usage? It's mixed. Sometimes I hate it. Sometimes I think it's okay. I think it's kind of inevitable, unfortunately. Mr. Tragic Magic Man says hi. Mr. Tragic Magic Man, thank you. 77 Chingon says the Super Bowl preseason is this Thursday. Raiders versus Niners. Real talk, ese. Hey, you know who's going to win that, right? You know who's going to win that, right? Everybody knows who's going to win that, right? Everybody knows who's going to win that. Where's the owner of the 49ers at? Go Google that. Go Google where the owner of the 49ers is at. That'll tell you who's going to win the game. Thank you. Thank you, Chingon. Nessa says, does he read YouTube chat? I think it's obvious I read the YouTube chat. Mai says, Juan John Carlos keeps swiping his screen in his live and couldn't read chat because it was so... Says Mai, I know this. I was like, all day long. Big John says, I'm great. Thank you, Big John. I appreciate that, brother. Hey, man, I'm glad to hear you're doing great, bro. I love it. John says, Porto's right. Porto's nice right now, 70 degrees, high temp. Ooh, that's nice. Eileen says, thanks, Santa Cisco. You're welcome, says Eileen. I got to look out for you, says Eileen. I have to watch out, make sure you're okay. One of the best smiles on YouTube. One of the best smiles on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, says Eileen. She says, hello, Mice Vlogs. Ma'am Leonilla, thank you. I love the chances for Tagalog. I'll need a translator. Bro, I know you know some phrases. I know you know some phrases. You just got to bust them out. Sis Ogong, thank you. Hello, sis. Here she is right here. The winner of the film festival, Sis Ogong. Those are the words that are going to be spoken pretty soon. You guys watch. She says, good morning. Thanks for the support. Always, Sis Ogong. Thank you for your support. Always. Sis Eileen says, Sis Ogong, morning. Pastor Coach says, we are doing well. Zanny didn't fight with me today. Bro, probably because you were on your best behavior. You were on your best behavior, William. That's why Zanny didn't fight with you today. I already know this. I already know. But I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Vendetta says, bottom teeth, badly need braces. Yeah, I got what do you call them? Aligners on right now, Vendetta. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Aline, thank you for the hearts. Miss Jones says, PTC, well, that was nice of her. Right? You know, but like I said, he minds his P's and Q's. It's all good. Sitabja Gosh says, are you tall? Because you're really, that's the best you can come up with. That was weak. That was weak. So weak. Says Angel laughing. Okay, I'm caught up, guys. Now nobody can talk crap anymore. All right, says Mamily Nilla with the TV. Thank you. I love the Jones says, I don't like the AI phone receptions. You know what? For the first time ever, the other day, I don't remember who I was talking to, who I was calling, but I got in touch with some company, and it was an AI person on the other line. And when I first heard them talking, in my head I was thinking, is this AI? And they kept talking. I'm like, no, it doesn't sound like it's AI. And then after a while, I was like, this is freaking AI. It's getting good, guys. It's getting really, really good. I think we're just in the earlier stages of AI. I think 2-3 years from now, you're not going to be able to tell if you're talking to a real person or not. It's just, that's the way that it's going. And a lot of the videos and pictures we see that are AI right now, you're not going to be able to tell just with your naked eye if something's AI or not. It's going to happen. And like I said, there's some good to that, and there's a lot of bad to that. Because we already know, unfortunately, how easily people can be influenced already. And there's a lot of things that are going to be coming out that are, going to be videos, pictures. There already is, but it'll be even worse here in a few years when things are just so hard to tell if it's AI or not, that so many people are going to fall victim to it. And it's going to be very difficult for, actual truth and facts to be, it's going to be even harder for truth and facts to be put out there. So I'm very concerned about AI. I really am. And that's just the little stuff to be concerned about. There's way worse. But we're not going to talk about that this live stream. Maybe another live stream. Mr. Tragic Magic Man says, is Griffin Johnson your OG? No, I don't have no OGs, bro. Let's see. I love Jones Captain Obvious. I mean, bro, come on. I literally was just saying earlier in the live stream that I'm wearing these appliances, right? I literally said that, but they weren't here. But then they come here and they go, hey, baby, baby, baby. And it's like, Captain Obvious, you're like 30 minutes late already. Like, come on, catch up.
You were in the chat.
See, Tabja Gosh says, I'm a boob guy because of genetics. My grandpa had a milk factory. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Mom K, thank you for the hearts. Mam Leonilla, thank you for the clock. Mr. Tractor Magic Man says, how do you spell DMX and say spell in a cowboy? Well, I give your best impression. Well, Creedy, I'll tell you what. I try to give you these accents, but sometimes, I just can't. I just can't do it on command, bro. It just has to flow. It has to flow, Creedy. Navy woman, I saw you left a message, but you retracted it. What were you saying? Were you talking smack, Navy woman? Were you talking smack, says Amy? Says Angel says, even I know a handful of Tagalog words, right? Kuya, ate, anak, tatay, nanay, ganda, harang, tamsak, mahal kita, maraming salamat. Come on, says Angel. Roll them out. Let's go. Says Angel, have you even been to the Philippines, says Angel? Have you even been to the Philippines? That's all I just want to ask you. Have you even been to the Philippines, guys? Watch what she says. Says Amy says, hello, Sisco. It's nice to see you. Says Amy, how are you doing? Good morning to you. I know you slept well too. I saw your stream. I know you slept well too. Ma'am Lanilla, thank you. Mr. Tragic Magic Man says, does toe the word? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about there, Creedy. I don't know. You know a rock band called, no, don't know. Mom Shit K, thank you for the heart. Sis Ogon, thank you. I love the tone. Says, I know all of those words too, Cisco. Okay, well, bro, then you know some Tagalog. You know some. And while we're here, let me see. Am I caught up? Yes. Okay. Says Ogon. Thank you, says Ogon. Big John says, hi, guapa cousin. Wait, who's your cousin, Big John? Who's your cousin? Wait, hold on. So while we're on the subject, I was watching a live stream today of a guy in the Philippines who's a YouTuber. Cool guy. I like him. He's got a lady too that lives out there. Cool guy, cool couple, everything. But in his chat, I heard people, who claimed to be living in the Philippines as well, people who were Americans living in the Philippines. And it just struck me, they were always talking about, oh, I can't learn Tagalog. I can't learn, but they just speak too fast. And, I just da-da-da-da-da. And I just sat there and I just kind of watched the chat a little bit. And, it just struck me that a lot of these people are the same people who live here in this country that always want people who come here to speak English. And they're pissed off because people that come here, why don't they speak English? How can you come to this country and not speak English? But then they fly over the Philippines and suddenly it's like, why don't they speak English here in the Philippines? Why do they speak? Why can't they just speak? It's like, what are you talking about? You went to another country and you get to that country and not only do they have their own native language, but there's multiple languages that are spoken in the Philippines, right? And then they also speak English. So they're speaking not only most people in the Philippines, and this is just my opinion, most people in the Philippines can speak probably 3 languages. They can speak Tagalog, they can speak their local dialect of Tagalog, they can speak maybe some Bisaya, they can speak there's a whole bunch of languages in the Philippines. Most of the Filipinos that I know can at least speak 2. English and whatever their native language is. But usually they'll speak 3. Tagalog, their native local language, and English. And here you are living in the United States and all you can speak is English. And you can't even barely speak English right. So for me, I'm just going to use this as a public service announcement. If you go to the Philippines, in fact, if you go to any other country outside of the United States, okay, you should make it a point to learn at least some words in that country's dominant language, let's say. You don't have to learn every language. Learn at least a little bit of the language that they speak there. Hello. Thank you. Excuse me. Huh? Where's the bathroom? Okay. Learn some basic words because not only is it going to help you to get by when you're there, but the people who live there are going to think a little bit higher of you because you took the time to at least learn a little bit of their language. So please, if you go to another country, just do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Learn a little bit of language. You don't have to become fluent. If you're just visiting there, learn a little bit. If you're living there, and I told my sister this, so before anybody comes after me and goes, well, you know what, Cisco, it's hard to learn the language. Yeah, it is hard. It's very hard to learn language. And guess what? It was hard for you to learn to walk at one time when you were a baby. It was hard for you to learn how to speak English when you were a baby. You didn't speak English. You weren't coming out the womb speaking English. You had to learn. You know, it was hard to learn how to drive a car. It was hard to do a lot of things in life. But guess what? You did it. You know why you did it? Because you had to do it. When you go to Philippines in particular, guess what? You don't have to. They're very accommodating. They speak English there. So you never have to. But you should have at least a little bit of self-awareness, a little bit of dignity, a little bit of respect for the local people that live there. Learn to speak a little bit. And like I said, don't come after me because I told my sister the same thing. My sister lived in Hong Kong for like almost 8 years. And she learned how to speak a little bit of Cantonese. I wish she would have learned how to speak fluently, but she at least learned how to speak a little bit. So that is my rant for the day. Thank you very much. Dismissed. Oh, wait, no, stick around. Hold on. We still got a little bit of time, guys. We still got a little bit of time. So I love Lechon. I appreciate you, brother, for knowing some of those words, bro. Sis Ogon, thank you. Where we at here? Sis Angel says, no, not at all. But somehow, guys, she knows all of those words, and she probably knows more. She says, I've been to Canada and Mexico and all of the northeastern part of the U.S., no farther west than Illinois and no farther south than Virginia. But somehow she knows all of those words in Tagalog. So, sis, thank you. She gets it. She gets it. When she goes to the Philippines, because I know, Sis Angel, someday you will go there. And right now you're saying, Cisco, but I'm telling you, sis, someday you're going to go there. You're going to go there. You and Lord Logan are going to go there, and you're going to at least know some words. And the people will see you and they'll go, wow, that's cool. She knows some of these words. You'll get that much more respect from people. Sis Amy says, hello, Sir Big John, cousin. Oh, there we go. Guapa cousin was Sis Amy. I see. Big John gets around, y'all. Big John's a player. Says, Navy woman is the cousin of my fiance. What? Navy woman is the cousin of my fiance? No kidding, Big John. Wow, bro. Are you serious? I did not know that. Wow. What a small world. Wow, that is crazy. Man, well, I'm sorry to hear that your fiance passed, man. I'm very sorry to hear that. But wow, man, what a small world. Guapa cousin. Now it makes sense. Mr. Tragic Magic Man says, did you hear about the Rose Battle? Wow, said hit her guns. No, Creedy, I did not hear that. I love Chon says, my wife speaks 3. Exactly my point, bro. Exactly my point. I would say most Filipinos, if you asked every single Filipino in the Philippines how many languages you speak, I'd say not all of them, but I would say the majority of them speak at least 2. Maybe Tagalog and their local language, maybe Tagalog and English, maybe their local language in English. They speak at least 2. And here in the United States, hardly anybody who was born here in the United States speaks more than 1. There's very few people that do. Mom Kate, thank you. I love Lechon says, learn how to say, where's the lechon and San Miguel? How would you say that? You would say, yeah, nasaan ang lechon at San Miguel? Is that correct? Tell me if I'm correct, guys. Sis Ogang says, listening. Was that correct, Sis Ogang? Nasaan ang lechon at San Miguel? Was that correct? Mr. Chadwick said, do you know rock band called? No, you already asked that. I said no. John says, sí, papi. Ay, me gusta. Ay, qué rico, papi. Is that what you're saying, Jonathan? Because I'm here for all of it. Big John Taylor says, I'm always telling the truth. Big John Taylor, I appreciate you for that, brother. And like I said, very sorry to hear about your fiance that passed. That's just amazing, though. What a small world, man. Wow. Mom Kate, thank you for the heart. Big John with the Miss Jen credible emojis. Sis Angel says, plus I know tons of words in Spanish. 8 years of it in school. 8 years, holy moly. Okay, you better be fluent now. 8 years, sis. So I can't think in Spanish, but I know a lot of vocabulary. Okay, I try sometimes. Even Tagalog, I've really tried to convert sometimes when I'm speaking, to try to even force myself to think that way. It's very difficult, very, very difficult. So yeah, I don't blame you. You can't do it, but 8 years, sis, that's a long time. Sis Amy says, I'm still here, Cisco, listening. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. Miss Jenner says, important phrases to know, Lechon. Yeah, right? We have to know where the Lechon and the San Miguel is at all times. For sure. So years. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sis Amy says, doing some house chores. Sis Amy, you're always doing some house chores. Guys, if you go to Navy Woman's channel, and please do, please go to her channel, watch the channel for a little bit. If you like the vibe there, subscribe there, okay? She's always busy there, guys. She's always busy doing a lot of work around her house, renovating her house. It's going to be beautiful. It already is just a great looking place, but she's really putting a lot of work into it, guys. She says, perfect sentence. Bam! Y'all heard that? Perfect sentence. My pronunciation probably needs a little bit of work. So Miss Generous, she says, when I speak Tagalog, she says I sound like I have a Spanish accent to it. So I don't know if that's,
Not Spanish.
what'd you say?
You're too fast.
Well, she says I speak it too fast. I speak Tagalog too fast, guys, is what she says. You heard that, right? But yeah, I think in my head, I know how I want to sound, but when it actually comes out, sometimes it comes out different. And here's the thing about learning another language, guys. You have to be able to make fun of yourself. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. You have to have enough confidence to say, you know what, I'm learning this. I'm not perfect yet. And because I'm not perfect and I'm just learning, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to say the wrong word. I'm going to mispronounce something. And the people who speak the language, they might laugh at me, but it's okay because that's a part of the learning process. And if you got good people around you, they'll correct you. And they'll tell you, wait, no, that's not how you say it. You say it like this. And you still will mess it up. But once in a while, you're going to get it right. And over time, you build on that, you'll become a better speaker. So that's what I'm hoping to get. That's the point I'm hoping to get to in my life, to where I can speak Tagalog, if not fluent, as well as a lot of the YouTubers that are some of these people that are in the chat. You know, says Amy, says Ogang, you know, they speak English very, very, very well. And they'll tell you, oh, I'm not fluent. You know what fluent means to me? Fluent means to me that you could come to that country that language is spoken in, and you could walk around and get around without having to, you know, like ask anybody in your own language. You could speak the language there, and you could get around. Like Sis Ogan could literally come to the United States right now and have no problem walking around, talking to people, getting directions. People would understand her. She would understand them. She might not understand every single word. And it might, you know, when people talk fast, it might be a little hard for her to keep up here and there, but she would be fine. To me, that's fluent. That's fluent to me. I wish I could speak Tagalog like that. Someday I will. I love the Chon says, Miss Generous, yeah. Wait, what are you yawning about? What'd you say? Important. Yeah, there you go. About the lechon. Mr. Tragic Man said, do you know worldwide? Do people know you worldwide? And are you iconic in history? I would say people know me worldwide because of this thing called the internet and YouTube. And there's people all over the world that know who I am because they know me on YouTube. And I can say the same thing for everybody in this chat right here. Everybody in this chat is known worldwide because there's people all over the world that know who they are. So shout out to all of us. Am I iconic? That's for other people to decide. Sis Angel says, Miss Generous, Ma'am Leonilla, thank you. Big John says, and then you move on. Yes, bro. Yes, absolutely. And, you know, I'm going to say this because he has said this publicly, and I love this guy. He's a good guy. So I don't think he'd have a problem with me saying this, but our brother, Juan John Carlos, his father passed away, you know, and we're still sending our heart out to his family, him and his family. He's doing a lot better. You know, from what he says, he's doing a lot better. And that's one of the things that, you know, I told him, you know, my father passed away a few years back. I've had quite a few people in my family pass away, you know, and it's very, very difficult, very difficult. You know, you lose a piece of your heart, you lose a piece of who you are. Your world becomes a little bit darker because those people that you cared about, they're no longer here. And it's very hard to move on, but you have to move on because you know as well as I do, you know, all of us are going to pass someday. And when I pass on, I don't want people to mourn for me. I want people to remember the times that we were together, the good times that we have. I don't want them to waste 1 second feeling sad for me because I'm no longer here, but they're still here. If anything, you know, remember me by moving on. Remember me by living a better life. Remember me by, you know, respecting who I was as a person by living your best life because that's what I want for you and all of you in here. If I pass on, I wish everybody in here would just live a much better life. They would say, hey, you know what, that dude Cisco, maybe he wasn't a perfect guy, but you know what, he was a good guy. He was a good guy, and I'm gonna miss him. And you know what? Because of him, I'm gonna be a little kinder to people. I'm gonna spread love. I'm gonna be the kind of person that people look at and go, hey, you know what? That's a good person right there. If that would be my legacy, I'll die happy, guys. I'll die happy. So yeah, I definitely believe you do have to move on. You have to move on and do it in a way that is respectful and really, lets that, the people that love you in your life, when they move on, I hope that you let them know when they pass that you're gonna miss them, but you're gonna work even harder to be a better person. You're gonna work even harder to spread love, spread kindness in their name. And if you do that, man, that's how it's done. So Big John, shout out to you, brother. Miss Jern says, Lady Logan with hibiscus flowers. Sis Angel says, they didn't teach us how to think in another language, but so it takes me a minute to translate. I miss a lot if the person is speaking quickly, much easier to read. Yeah, same. I can read Spanish pretty well. I can get the gist of what's being said most of the time when I'm reading Spanish. A few words I might miss, and if they're not keywords, then I'm fine. But it's not that hard for me. Even Tagalog, I can understand written words a lot easier than I can understand spoken words, because, like you said, sometimes people do speak fast, and the words kind of roll together, and it's hard to like translate. I'm still at the point where I'm translating individual words. I might know a few phrases that I don't have to think about. I just know what they mean, and it comes like that. But there's a lot of words that they're not right in my head. So when I'm trying to translate that word, they've already moved 10 words down the sentence. So it's hard, but it can be done. It can be done. Creedy says, do you know Peter Guns died today? Died again? What? Let's see if that's really true, because you lied to me about the weekend, Creedy. But can you look up Peter Guns? I Love Lechon says, let's see, Spanish, sangria, enchilada, burrito, quesadilla, cerveza, tapas, tortas, and lechon. You know all the food words, don't you? You sick man, you are a sick man. That's most people that say, I can speak Spanish. Yeah, burrito, salsa. Yeah, come on, quit it. Oh my goodness. You know all the important words, and you probably know the cuss words too. I Love Lechon. You're in San Diego. I know you know the cuss words. Ms. Jenner says 36. Don't forget to double tap the screen. Oh, shout out to Ms. Jenner. Hey, we got 40 now, guys. We're up to 40 likes. Thank you guys so much. We got 15 million in the building. If you haven't already, if you're here in the live stream, if you haven't already, please double tap your screen. Please drop a like on us. We always shoot to get to at least 50, guys. That's our goal, to get to 50 likes. When you get to 50 likes, you get pushed that much further out into the YouTube verse. And that's ultimately what we're trying to do, is get, a little bit further out there so we can get more people involved in what we're trying to do, which is spread love, spread positivity, spread kindness. And ultimately, our goal is to help children. This coming up December, like I already said, we're going to be going to the Philippines. We're going to help a whole school of children. And beyond that, we're going to keep it going. So, that's what we're trying to do. So the further out we can get in that YouTube verse, the more people that we can get watching our channel, the more support that we can get. And so if you guys could help us out by double tapping that screen, we'd really appreciate it. Watching our videos, watching this live stream is helping a lot. If you watch this live stream on replay, please don't forget to watch the commercials. If you watch the commercials for at least 30 seconds each, we get a small bit of that revenue, and that revenue will go to help children in the Philippines. So you're helping us monetarily if you watch those commercials. So please do that. Sis Ogang, thank you. Ma'am Leonila, thank you so much. Big John says, I know enough to tell a Filipina she's beautiful, and now I love her. And I hope you can say, what's for dinner? Because that's important too. You're beautiful. I love you. What's for dinner? Learn that, Big John. You got to learn that. I Love It Jones says, if you can engage with others in that language, would consider that to be fluent. Like I said, I think if you can go to the country of origin of that language, and you could walk around in the streets and you could talk to people and have a conversation with them, and they can understand you pretty easily, and you can understand them pretty easily. I'd say that's pretty. I'd say that's fluent enough for me. That's fluent enough for me. Harsh says, "Good morning, sir. Have a good one, Harsh." Thank you, thank you. Hope you stick around, Harsh. Big John with the bat jet emojis. Says Amy says, "Hello, ma'am, Miss Jenners. I'm so excited to see your first live according to your husband, Sir Sisco." Says Amy, "We're all excited." We're all excited, says Amy. I told you she's nervous. You know, she just wants to, you know, get on the live, and I think if she just gets it over with, she'll be fine. But I think she just wants to get on the live and, you know, not have to worry about, you know, anybody coming here saying some crazy stuff. Like we get people coming here saying crazy stuff. But we got her back, says Amy. We got, just like people got your back, we got her back. She's gonna be fine. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen soon. Right?
Okay.
It's gonna happen soon, right? The live stream.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on her, guys. Don't worry. I'm gonna work on her. I'm gonna work on her. Big John, got you, brother. Got you. With the wait. Oh yeah, that okay. Wait, hold on. That one right there. That is Jen when we were out on the hill. That is Jen out on the hill. That I love our emojis, guys. Sis Margie in the building. She's just barking at Yahoo. Sis Margie, we missed you. How are you doing, Sis Margie? No, you changed your schedule a little bit and you've been really busy. Sis Margie, we miss you. How are you doing? She says, hi all. Sis Jang in the building. Hello, Sis Jang. Good morning. How are you? Maxim Barbin says, man, you a punk. Yeah. Okay, tough guy. Sis Susanna in the building. She's got the Gencredible emoji. Thank you, Sis Susanna. Good morning. How are you? And let's see what else Maxim has to say that's really important. Yeah, well, get over it. Just a thought. Okay, Maxim. Go back to bed, buddy. Sis Susanna says, game over. Thank you, sis. Ghost Core Labs says, bro, shaved a 10-mile moat around his mouth just to make sure the chin hair stays isolated. How did you know, Ghost Core Lab? How did you know that? You're brilliant. Miss Jenner says, Navy woman, salamat po. Still trying to work up the nerves to do it. So guys, we just got to help her out. We just got to help her out. We got to get rid of the nerves. That's what we got to do. Big John says, remember me by being a better person. Hold on a minute, guys. One of the reasons that I wanted to do, where we at here? Boom. One of the reasons why I wanted to do my live stream today on the YouTube app was because I wanted to be able to pin comments. And I totally forgot until Big John reminded me. Big John, let me read this again. Remember me by being a better person. If y'all can do that for me, if my loved ones can do that for me, remember me. When I'm gone, remember me by being a better person. My life's complete, man. I'm good at that point. I'm good at that point because you know what, guys? If you leave this earth a better place than it was before you came into it, you are a successful person. You are a winner. You are a winner in this world if you leave this earth a better place than you found it. Big John, wise words, bro. Harsh says, recently lost my grandfather. You gave a valuable lesson. Thank you, man. Harsh, appreciate you. Yeah, I've lost all of my grandparents. Lost my dad. You know, I lost, my aunt, my uncle, a cousin. Lost a lot of people, numerous friends, it's part of life and it hurts every single time. And, a grandparent is a very special bond. A grandparent is at least was for me. And I think I said it yesterday, when my grandma passed away, that was the first person that was really close to me that I lost. And she is the only person who I remember the day that she passed away. I know the exact date. I wish I didn't remember it, but I can't help but remember it. But all of the other people that passed, I've made it a point to not remember that date. I remember the date they were born, and I remember all the good times and the love that we shared. That's it. So I'm sorry to hear about your grandfather, Harsh, but you understand. It is a part of life. And so it's that much more important that we love those people while they're here with us. I've said it before. You guys have all heard it. Other people have said it. Life is short. keep the ones that you love close to you, and make sure you share the fact that you love them. Share the fact that how much they mean to you before they're gone, because we'll lose them sooner or later, or they will lose you. Sis Angel says it isn't easy to not parent here anymore, especially as an only child. Wait, it isn't easy to not have parents here anymore, especially as an only child. Other than a great aunt who is 2,000 miles away and an uncle 700 miles away, it is really just Lord Logan and me. But yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it is. It's very hard. I'm fortunate. I still have quite a bit of family left. And my son is probably the closest one to us. He lives here in town. But a lot of my family, they're out of state or they're hours away. So yeah, it's just very important, guys, that you make sure you reach out to those loved ones. Ate says Megalo, shout out Kuya Sisco. Ate good morning. Mabuhay, how are you, Ate? Good morning, good morning. Mathematics says, is that you in the photo? That's me right there. That's my wife. And these are some random people. And that's the big Buddha on Lantau Island. So yes, that is me. Mathematics said, hi, hello, Mathematics. Mathematics, where are you from? Big Rush. Russ, in Las Bushes. In Las Bushes. Is that you, El Guapo? El Guapo? Yes, you have a plethora. You have a plethora, El Guapo. Big Russ, what's really going on, bro? How you doing, man? Mam Leonilla, thank you for the TV. Ate Tessa's good morning. Mayong morning. Mayong morning, Ate Tess. See, I can even mix it up. I can throw English and beside there. Mayong morning. Good buntag. I could do it all. That's Sis Mize taught me that. Ate Tess, good morning. Sis Angel says, I feel that the best way I can honor all that my parents did for me and sacrifice is by living my best life. They work hard to make it possible to pursue my dreams, so that this is how I honor them. And that's all we ask as parents. That's all we ask. I've done so much, for my kids, and I didn't do it with the intention of them paying me back money. I didn't do it with the intention of them saying, oh, Father, you're the great. I don't care about any of that. I did everything I did for my kids because I want their life to be better. I did everything that I did for my kids because, I want them to be able to have the same, understanding of me that I have of my parents now that I'm older and I have kids. I want my kids to understand just what you're talking about, Sis Angel, that I sacrifice for them and I work hard so that they could have better things in life. I wasn't always perfect, and it's not about being perfect. It's about just being genuine and really, loving people around you, whether they're your kids or your parents, your siblings, or what have you, your friends, because the thing of it is, you don't get a choice of who your family is. You're just born and your family's right there, Your friends, on the other hand, you get to choose who they are. So for me, it's like, I feel like I love my family, but, my friends are the people I've chosen. And all of them, I got to make sure that they know how I feel about them. I try to tell everybody that's around me, especially now that I'm older. I got a friend, a guy that I work with, Smitty, the guy that introduced me and Miss Generous to each other. He's about, he's not quite my mom's age. He's a little bit younger than my mom, but he's like a big brother to me. But I tell him I love him. I love him, and I do. It's important to do that, even with your friends, guys. It's very important. I love Jones says, I've heard some cuss words from my coworker of Mexican descent. Really? What were you doing to deserve that? I love Lechon. Do tell. Ma'am Leonilla, thank you. Mom She Kate, thank you so much for being here, Mom She Kate, throughout the whole live stream. I appreciate you. Brother John says, go, sis, go. Appreciate you, bro. Says Amy says, Miss Generous, keep calm. Listen, Miss Generous. Okay, guys, so it is 4 o'clock. So technically, Miss Generous is on the clock still. She's working from home today. So you might hear her tick, 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 on the computer over here. She's working on the computer. But I'm going to make her listen to this. You ready for this? She says, this is from Navy woman, Miss Amy. Says, Miss Generous, keep calm. Be yourself. I tell you, it's more fun. Once you start live, you will become famous streamer. Keep going. What makes you happy? Got it? She's like, She's gonna get it. She's gonna get it, sis. That's great advice. Yeah, just be yourself. Be yourself. Have fun. She says, Amy, that's exactly what I'm doing. I just come on here to just be myself. I could come on and be like, hey guys, what's going on? It's Cisco. Let me tell you some things. Yeah, you know what, blah, blah, blah. Man, come on, quit. I just be myself. Sometimes I'm a goofball. Sometimes I'm serious. Sometimes I get a little, whimsical. Sometimes I just, say what's on my mind. And it's weird. But at the end of the day, I'm just being myself, sis. And that's exactly right. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Have fun. Because what have I said before, guys? YouTube is here for our benefit. If it's not fun, if you didn't enjoy it, set it down. Walk away. Come back to it at a later time. But for me, you know, I love doing these, and I appreciate the people that told me, hey, you should do live stream, because I didn't want to. Like my boy Taco said earlier, I was definitely not wanting to do live streams, but people encouraged me, and I said, what the hell, I'm going to do it, and I love doing them. I love sitting here and chatting with you guys. I love chopping it up with you guys. It's a lot of fun, and if you're somebody who's considering doing a live stream, do it. Like Sis Amy says, do it. Be yourself. Just have fun. Just have fun with it. I'm going to work on her. Ma'am Lanilla, thank you for the volcano. Miss Jones says, thank you, sis. I'll keep that in mind. I get camera shy. Man. Sis Amy says, be right back. I'm going feeding the chicks. Okay, sis, we'll be here. We'll wait for you. Critty saying hi. Ma'am Lanilla, thank you. Joey Prince, LOL, says, Unc, need to go back to bed, gang. With them, I see you. Do you see me too? Ah, glasses. Bomb. We're just going to skip right past that fool. Oh, wait, hold on. He's got another one, guys. Wait, everybody, listen. Listen to Joey. Listen, guys, it's really important. He says, Unc, can you see the future with them glasses? Yeah, I can see the future. And you know what? Wait, hold on. It's you in timeout for 30 minutes. Oh, damn. Michael Goodlaw says, my lower back hurts. Michael Goodlaw, pause, bro. Pause. Why is your back hurting? Says 2 more weeks before I go to Kansas. And what were you doing in Kansas, Michael? What were you going there for? Visit family? I Love the Jones says, I only have one aunt and my siblings left. It's tough seeing all them go. Yeah, man. It really is. It really, really is. And like I said, man, I've lost a lot of family members. And every single time, it's funny because, and some of you might be able to relate to this. Sometimes when somebody passes, it's the only time you see other family members. You don't see a lot of other family members. It takes somebody passing away for everybody to come together and you actually see them. That's a sad thing. And we talk about it every time. My brother, he says that a lot. He goes, yeah, when somebody passes away and we all say, oh, we're going to keep in touch, and then we don't keep in touch. And he's right, because life happens, and, the pain from losing that person, kind of subsides a little bit, and the importance of connecting and staying connected with your family and your close loved ones, it kind of goes away a little bit. So, yeah, man, it does. It hurts to lose people. It's tough seeing them go, but that's one of the things that I've been trying to work on, is to be in contact with people more and, let them know you love them. I have someone in particular who I've been talking with Ms. Jones this past few days about, who I've been kind of estranged from, somebody who I was very close with growing up, who I love very, very much. And, we had some things happen that, I think it's mostly me that, I had a problem with. And instead of dealing with the problem right then and there, I just chose to back away. Because sometimes they'll tell you, what, just put people at arm's length. Sometimes you just need to put people at arm's length. And so I did that. And what I forgot to do is pull them back, So it's something that I'm working on. And I'm making a pledge to you guys today that by the time you see me Monday, I will have reached out to that person and connected back with them. Promise you that. Hold me to that, guys. Let's see. Sis Angel says, Miss Generous, you are a rock star. Don't try to do it like other people. Just do your streaming your own way, in your own style, and everyone will love you. No, Ms. Generous. You have to do it your own way. Says Angel, thank you for that. We have a lot of people they're all doing their own thing. I'm not gonna say they're not doing their own thing, but there's only one Miss Generous. Creed says, have you heard of Sexy Red? Yes, I have. Sis Grace in the building. What did you say? You said what?
I said,
She's over here singing her Batgen theme song. Sis Grace, how are you? She says, Thumb Sock Brother. Hello, Big John. Make a love shout out, everyone. Sis Grace. Okay, Sis Grace, you are a perfect person to ask for this. Sis Grace, how difficult was it for you to do your first live stream? How difficult was it for you to do your first live stream? Were you nervous? Were you worried? What advice would you give my wife? She's trying to go do a live stream here pretty soon, Sis Grace. What is the advice you would give her? Big John says, I did 24 years in prison, lost all my family. So guys, sometimes you think about your life and you think, oh man, I got it hard. And then there's other people that they got a story and it's like, holy crap, you know? Life is gonna happen. Big John, you know as well as I do that especially when people go to prison, what happens? Your life pretty much stops and it stays pretty much the same when you're in there. There's not a lot of change in there. For some of you that don't know what it's like to be in prison, which is probably most of you, life doesn't really change in prison. It stays very much the same every day, day in, day out. In fact, most people really hate change in prison, okay? Whether you work there or you live there, most people don't like change in prison. It stays the same. But outside, it's changing every day. Things are changing every day. Kids are growing up. People are going on to new jobs. People are getting married. People are divorcing. People are passing away. Life continues. And then when people come back out, guess what? Big John will tell you, years have gone by and you really haven't had a lot of changes in your life. If you're very fortunate and you're smart, the changes occurred up here, right? But that's about it. When you come back out, how it was when you left, very different. So yeah, definitely. I've seen people, Big John, who lost people when they were in prison. I've had to put people on the phone, pull them out, put them on the phone, and have somebody tell them, hey, mom passed away. And this he's in a jail cell, pull this guy out, hey, your son, he's gone. It is the worst feeling in the world. Worst feeling in the world as a parent to hear words like that. I can't even imagine, so yeah, very, 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 very different perspective. Kamal says, hey man, I'm back again. Welcome back, Kamal, the other Kamal. I'm gonna call you the other Kamal. I'm gonna call you Kamal 2.0. No, you can't be called Kamal 2.0 because that would imply that you are a better version, which I can't say that you are because there's only one. My brother Kamal, he's the only one. You are just Kamal number 2. How about that? Welcome back, Kamal number 2. Sis Grace says, sorry to hear, Big John, but life must go on, po. Enjoy life. There's a second person that said that. And the reason why is because it's true, guys. To a person who hasn't, experienced maybe death in their family, that might sound to some people like, oh my God, how can you say that? Because it's true. I've lost many people. And that is the one true thing that I can say from all of it is that life is going to go on. Life has to go on. It really does. And honor those people by becoming a better person. Look at the pinned comment, guys. Look at the pinned comment. I love Lechon says, you got the big Buddha there and we just have the big booty. Speak for yourself, bro. You might have the big booty. I ain't got the big booty. No big booty right here, brother. Got the big booty. My big booty's in the front, bro. I got a big booty right here. Sis Margie, how are you? Sis Margie, doing big things in Taiwan. How are you, Sis Margie? Sis Grace, thank you. Miss Jones says, Lady Logan with the heart hands. Sis Margie says, 14 million Yahoo! Mute here. I'm playing video. Thank you, Sis Margie. If you can hear me. 16 million to building, 46 likes, guys. We're about 15 minutes away from ending the live. But that's 15 minutes, guys. We're going to make 50 big likes. If you haven't already, please double tap your screen. Please drop a like on us. If you're new to the live stream, if you've been sitting here listening to my words, thank you so much. I hope that things that I'm saying are resonating with you. I hope things that I'm saying are making you maybe feel better. I hope things that I'm saying are making you laugh a little bit, maybe making you think. Who knows? Whenever you tune in the live stream, you know, I say some stuff. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, it's I'm just riffing off what's in the chat. Sometimes it's just stuff that comes out of my head. But please believe that whatever I'm saying, I'm just trying to help you guys have a better day, trying to bring some humor to your life, trying to bring some positivity to your life, you know, just trying to connect with you guys and let you know, hey, there's other people out here in the world that, you know, have problems too, you know, that have, you know, times in life when it's been tough. That seems to be a little bit of the theme today. You know, we've all lost people. We've all lost people. And that's something we can all understand. We can all connect on. And if you've been very fortunate not to have lost somebody that's close to you, I hope you're listening to what we say, because that time will come. And hopefully the words that we're talking about here today, those of us who have lost people, you'll remember them and it will help you get through that time, because it's very difficult to get through. And I will say this one last thing. Please don't ever think you can get through it by yourself. Okay? Lean on other people. Do not be afraid to lean on other people. You have to. Where am I at here? Whoops, where are we at here? Okay. Sis Angel says, Margie. Michael Goodlaw says, do you see my text? Michael, hold on, let me see. Did I miss something here? Because I remember I'd asked you about going to Kansas. You had said you went 2 weeks before you go to Kansas. That's the last thing I see on here, Michael. Oh, excuse me. And I asked you, what are you going to be doing in Kansas? Because I can't remember. I Love Jones says, one of my former coworkers, now retired, shout out retired, also set me up to meet my wife. Wow. Wow, what a small world, bro. Yeah, you know what? My buddy, he's retired. He wasn't retired at the time. We were both still working together. But yeah, man, he's the one that set me and Miss Generous up. And at the time, I think I mentioned this, I didn't realize that's what he was doing. I thought he just wanted me to come out and hang out. And then she just happened to be there. But no, he had invited her out. She was going through her own thing at that time. And I'll let her talk about that on her live stream, because, you know, I don't want to waste my time about her business on my live stream. She needs to talk on her own live stream. That's how it's going to be from now on, guys. I'm going to let Miss Generous talk on her own live stream. But she had her own thing that was happening at that time. She needed a break. So he said, hey, come out, come meet me at this restaurant. And then called me on the other line and said, hey, yeah, you should come out, because he knew I was going through something at the time. I was going through, you know, a very difficult divorce at that time. So he put us together, man. I always appreciate that guy. So Lalo Lechon, salute to your friend, man. My brother JS from Brazil. What's going on, brother? Brother JS, how are you? Man, guys, please check out my brother JS. He's from Brazil. He's one of the happiest people, at least what I see on YouTube. He could be the saddest, maddest guy in the world. I don't know. But whenever I see JS on YouTube, on his live stream, he always puts a smile on my face, man. Guy is just, he looks just like the most positive. He's a funny guy. Even though I don't speak Portuguese, he's a very funny guy. I know he's a very funny guy. And guys, you need to check out his live stream. He live streams pretty much every day. Support him. Thank you, brother JS. Salute to you. He says, hello, Sisco. Hello, like done. Thank you, brother JS. Thank you. Stroham says, you look like, how many times is this guy going to come here and say, you look like Franklin? Bro, I don't look nothing. I looked him up. My wife looked him up. I don't look nothing like Franklin. Just because we black, bro, don't mean we look alike. So I'm not going to say you racist, but all right. Grady says, have you watched Ma'am I can't even read. You heard? Nah, I don't know any of that, Creedy. Prabhakara says, hi, sir. Prabhakara, hello. How are you? Michael Goodlaw says, my cousin. What about your cousin? What about your cousin, Michael? Did you lose your cousin? I Love It Jones says, the day my parents were buried was the last time I saw my uncle before he passed. So you're right, Cisco. Bro, it happens too often. I mean, it's happened many times in my family already. You know, just losing people. And you say it. Oh, you know, yeah, life is short, guys. We need to get together more often. And, you know, it just doesn't happen sometimes. And I think, you know, that's just part of the process too. You know, and it's just part of life going on, you know, because life does go on. It goes on so much, in fact, that it still keeps people separated, even when you should come closer together. So, I used to feel really guilty about that. And I'm not gonna say I'm completely free of guilt of that, but I've just gotten to the point where I realize that yeah, life does go on. But there's always a phone call. There's always a phone call. If you're not making a phone call to somebody, that's on you. And so I take full responsibility for the people that, I haven't talked to in a while and they're just a phone call away. That's on me. So guys, make it a point. If you don't learn anything else from this live stream today, if you don't take anything away from this live stream, we got 14 million in the building. Take this away. Pick up the phone today and talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. Somebody that you love, somebody you care about. You're not having any beef with them or anything like that. I'm not going to ask you to go repair a relationship. That's not today's live stream. But I will just ask this: somebody that you love, somebody that you care about, that you just haven't talked to in a while, call them. Just imagine how surprised they'll be if you call them out of the blue and just say, "Hey, it's me. How you doing? Just haven't talked to you in a while. How are you?" You know, just see what happens. Just see what happens. I promise you, I'm going to do that today. You guys do that. If you can do that one thing today, man, I will feel good. If I see you guys, I'll do a live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. It'll be our last live stream, our last regular live stream of the week. If I come back tomorrow, do my live stream tomorrow, and one of you says, "Hey, I called so and so, and I thought," man, you'll make my day. Michael says she passed away yesterday. Man, Michael, I'm sorry to hear that. So, guys, every day, somewhere in the world, so many people are losing their loved ones. I'm sorry to hear that, Michael. I'm very sorry to hear that. Uh, I'm hoping peace for you and your family, but as we've been saying, it is really a part of life. Somewhere, sometime, every single day, somebody's going. So remember that, guys. What I was saying, Michael. I hope you and your family find peace, brother. Sis P9 says hello. Today is my birthday. Sis Talks, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Sis Talks, happy birthday. How you doing, Sis Talks? Happy birthday. I hope your day is going good so far. Please, everyone, if you don't mind, throw a happy birthday in the chat for Sis P9 Talks, please. Thank you, sis. How was your day today, sis? How's it going today? Ma'am Leonilla, thank you for the yoga pose. Tutuli says something in a language I don't understand. Sorry, Tutuli, but shout out to you. Big John says, Miss Jenners, we have your back. She knows, Big John. She knows this. She knows this. She just gotta build up that momentum. That's all it's gonna take. We're gonna stay on her, guys. Zaninil says, real grown, humble man taking respect, man. Salute to you. Salute to you. Part of being a grown up, part of being, a real man or a real woman is just saying to yourself, you know what? I can look at myself and not take myself too seriously. A big part of, growing up is realizing that, hey, I don't know everything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and live my life in a way that I can be proud of, in a way that my friends can be proud of, my family can be proud of. That's part of being a real man or a real woman. So thank you for that, Zano. Thank you. Where are you from? He says, talking. Yeah, we got you. We got you. Miss Jones says, Big John, thank you. Sis Angel says, I will say this. Our reason for starting here was the show that we do now. So LS has never been what we wanted or in the plan. I love what we're doing now, and it is worth all the time and work. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Because, as I've said, YouTube is a tool, guys. It is a tool for you to find happiness, one way or the other. Whether you're going on and you're watching other people's videos, or whether you're making your own content, it's a tool for you to have happiness. And if you're not happy, put it down, walk away. Maybe come back later, but if you're not happy, walk away. So I'm glad, Sis Angel, you guys, you found your niche and you're doing what makes you happy. Samariah Dot says, hey, Small G, what's up? Ain't no G's here, bro. Ain't no G's here, small or large. I don't know what you're talking about. Ma'am Linda, thank you. My good law says sad. I know, brother. And you know what? You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And I know this because I've lost family too. I've lost people too. You're going to be okay. It's going to hurt for a long time, But as we've been saying, and I don't know if you were here earlier, Michael, when we first started talking about this, but I put Big John's words right there in the pinned comment. Remember your cousin by being a better person. Honor your cousin by being a better person, being a kinder person, being a person who's more helpful to other people, being a person who doesn't just look at yourself and what you want all the time, that you're looking out at the people around you, particularly the ones that are your loved ones and the people that are close to you, and thinking, what can I do to help them? That's how you honor your cousin. So you're going to get through it, Michael. Sis Angel says, Miss Generous, so if you feel that you don't like doing live stream, you can always have the option to do a recorded show that you can edit and make your own. You have options, but you will be amazing. No, Sis Angel, I reject that. Wholesale, reject that. She will do a live stream. She will do a live stream. Right, honey? You're going to do a live stream? Okay, honey. Yeah, she's going to do it. She's going to do it, Sis Angel. Thank you, Sis Angel. I know I'm a little crazy. A bunch of deleted messages from Miss Generous. Somebody saying something. I don't know. I'm not even going to look because they're foolish. Ma'am Nilla, thank you. Big John says, I gave you 3 likes. Big John, salute to you, brother. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Creed says, do you know Michael Albert, the serialism artist? I've never heard of him. Never heard of him. Big John says, hi. Sisco, hello, host. Hello to all, Sisco. Good morning. How are you, Sisco? I hope you're already at work and you've already got your whole day planned out. It's going to be a good day, Sisco. I hope it's a good day for you. She says, mega love, shout out to all. Sis Margie says, Sisco, BG Live. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. My brother AJ in the building says, damn, you got some trolls today. Apparently, bro, I just scroll up and I see boom, 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 a bunch of deleted shit. Oh, bro. My wife's got my back. Everybody's got my back. I already know this. AJ, how you doing, brother? We're just sitting here chopping it up, bro. I'm about to cut off in about 2 minutes, but man, thank you, AJ, for being here, bro. It's been a little bit of a heavy live stream today, but a very necessary and needed live stream. I needed to, hear some of what I've heard today. And I'm hoping that some of you need to hear what I had to say today and what other people in the chat have said today. Michael, he lost his cousin yesterday. So, it's something that I think we can all, relate to, losing people, so, it's a tough subject, but we're human beings, guys. This is what makes us human. That knowledge that we know that someday we're not going to be here or our loved ones are not going to be here. As far as I know, we're the only species on the planet that has the knowledge that we're not going to be here and that our loved ones won't be here at some point. So, it's a blessing and a curse, but, it is something that is going to happen. It's going to happen again and again and again in your life. If you're lucky to live to be 80, 90 years old, you're going to lose a lot of people, but like we said, like Big John says, remember people by being better. Remember them by being better. So AJ, I hope you're out there, brother, having a good day, bro. Says Margie, thank you. Michael says, my cousin lives in Kansas. Is that what you're going to Kansas for? Or what were you going? You were already going to Kansas. So yeah. So you were going to visit family? Man, I hate that that's happening for you, brother. I really do. Authentic Matter in the building says, hi, sir. How was the weather? Don't go out there. Sis, it's not that bad today. It's not that bad today. The hottest that it was while I was out there was about 85, so it wasn't bad. I think it might get up to around 90 today. It's not bad. How are things down there? Hopefully cooler. How are you guys doing, sis? How's the family doing? Sis CK, thank you so much. Family Nilla, thank you. I love Chon says, with all the trolls you have on here, I can see why you have so many mods, Sisco, man. Today, I'm glad I have a lot of mods because, yeah, apparently there was a lot of people talking crap, but I was way up in the chat still reading stuff. Sis CK, thank you. Pin Done Connected, thank you, sis. Thank you so much. AJ's laughing, bro. You already know. Miss Generous says, Lechon trolls are on a roll today. Michael says, Dolly, yeah, man. Man, that's a big hit, too. She wasn't my family. She wasn't my, my friend or anything like that. But somebody like Dolly, that's somebody who comes along once in a huge generation. So shout out to Dolly and everyone we've lost this year so far. Shout out to them and their loved ones. And, our hearts are with you. Our hearts are with you. I love the choices. Miss Generous seems that way. Yeah. Authentic Man says, mega love shout out, Miss Generous. AJ says, am I the only one that audio is lagging from the video? I hope so. I hope it's just you, bro. Says CK, thank you so much. Mamily Anila, thank you. Says Angel says P9 Thoughts, happy birthday. Cree says, do you know Nipsey? Yes, I do. CK says, Rose Glass is my friend. Ilo says, I don't know everything unless I have to talk to a pilot about some problem on the aircraft. Yeah, I hear the hell out of that. I would love to learn how to fly a plane, man. I hope someday I find time to and the money to learn how to fly a plane. I would love to do that. Chris says, where do you think Nipsey Russell is from? And take a good guess. And if you guess, good anyway. Nipsey Russell or Nipsey Hustle? I don't know where Nipsey Russell's from. I'm not sure where Nipsey Russell's from. Who the heck knows? That's an old school guy. I have no idea. But guys, I'm gonna have to get off here. Says CK, thank you. Says Fatima Bera, thank you. Says Fatima Bera, I've been playing your playlist all morning, and I'm probably gonna have to log off in a little bit because I got to work on that iPad. But I've been watching your playlist all day, says Fatima Bear. So I hope your watch hours are going up. And guys, if you get a chance, please check out Sis Fatima Bear's channel. Please help her with the watch hours. She says, good morning. Good morning, sis. Big John says, I would be honored to be moderator for Miss Janice. She got to run a live stream first, Big John. Sis Angel's laughing. Sis CK, thank you. Sis Angel says, my views, your world, AJ. How are you? It's been a minute. Sis CK, hello, my friend from Sis Rose, from Sis Angel. CK says, I am great host. Thank you. Fatima Bear, thank you for the heart. Sis Angel says, no, AJ, it is slightly lag on my end too. I don't know what's going on. I talk fast, guys. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. Mike Goodlaw says, yes. AJ says, hey, Rose Colored Glass is doing good. Taking my annual break from YouTube. Coming back soon. I have to send back the XLR cable I got because it was damaged. Hope all is well with everyone. Thank you, AJ. And that's exactly what we're talking about. You take a break. If YouTube is not serving your mental health, take a break. Good call, brother. Adams Becca says, vibes from ATL. Authentic Matter says, 105 degrees. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's too hot down there, sis. Michael says, Dolly passed away. Yeah. Huge loss, bro. We did a little our live stream yesterday. We talked about that, bro. Not my cousin. Okay. Oh, wait. Your cousin didn't pass? I thought you said your cousin passed. Because I'll talk to you later. Okay. Next live stream, Michael. Thank you. Sissy K, thank you. Nipsey Russell. Okay, there you go, Nipsey Creedy. I love Chon says there's a flight school in Iba, Philippines, Cisco. There you go. Might have to be the one. Big John, thank you for the custom emojis. I'm caught up, guys. Miss Jones says, Lechon, we're gonna have to check that out. But guys, it is 4:30. It's just past 4:30. I gotta get off of here. Thank you so much. We made 52 big likes, guys. Thank you for that, guys. Thank you so much for that. 19 million in the building. If you just tuned in, we're gonna log off, but thank you for showing up. Tomorrow, we're gonna be here about 2:30 to 4:30. So about this, earlier than this time, about 2 hours before this time right now, we'll be here tomorrow. So if you just logged in, you just missed what we're talking about, please log in tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate every one of you. Don't forget what I said. Please reach out and connect with a loved one that you haven't spoken to in a long time today. Make that your goal today, guys. Please do that. If you can do that, man, I'm gonna be very, very, very proud of you. Big John, thank you. Carrie says, hello from New York. Pyro says, listen to Miguel Funk. I'm not sure who that is. Sis Angel says, take care, sis. I love Jones says, Miss Jones, I've been thinking about it. An international flight school for all the different pilot ranges. There you go. Let me know how that goes, brother. So guys, we're gonna let everybody go. Thank you again for being here. Don't forget, be kind to yourself. Give yourself some grace. Be kind to others. Give grace to those that deserve it. And don't forget, guys, to spread love, spread positivity. Hold your loved ones close. Make sure you reach out to that person today, at least one person today you haven't talked to in a while that you love and you care about. You haven't talked to in a while, reach out to them. They want to hear from you. So guys, have a good one. No video at the end of this live stream today because we're just on YouTube. We're not on the other app. But guys, tomorrow we'll be back 2:30 California time, same bad channel.